All right, stop what you are doing. Put the phone down, stop scrolling, and stop pretending you are listening while you are actually thinking about that argument you had 3 years ago. We need to have a serious conversation about your job description. You seem to be under the impression that your job title is General Manager of the Universe. You think it is your personal responsibility to make sure your partner loads the dishwasher correctly, to ensure your best friend dates the right guy, and to mentally police the driving habits of every stranger on the highway. I have news for you. You are fired. You are fired from the job of controlling everyone else, and honestly, you should be relieved because you were terrible at it anyway. And you are exhausted. You are carrying around this massive invisible backpack filled with anxiety, resentment, and other people's drama, and you are wondering why your back hurts. We are going to fix that today. We are diving deep into the Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. This isn't just a book summary. This is an eviction notice for all the people living rent-free in your head. The concept is stupidly simple, yet it is the hardest thing you will ever do. It is 2 words: let them. When you are spiraling because things aren't going your way, you stop, take a breath, and say, let them. That's it. That is the magic spell. But because you are a stubborn human being who loves complications, we need to unpack why this is so hard and how to actually do it without turning into a nihilist. So let's get into the machinery of this, starting with the first major lesson: the addiction to control. Here's the cold hard truth. You are a control freak. It's okay. This is a safe space. I am one too. We try to control people because we think if we don't, everything will fall apart. We think we are the glue. If we don't remind our spouse to take their vitamins, they will get scurvy. If we don't micromanage our coworker's email draft, the company will go bankrupt. Mel Robbins argues that this need for control is actually just anxiety wearing a trench coat. You are scared. You are scared of uncertainty, so you try to grab the steering wheel of everyone else's car. But here's the problem. You can't drive 5 cars at once. You are going to crash yours while trying to park theirs. Think of it like the weather. You check the app and it says it's going to rain during your beach picnic. What do? The control freak version of you stands outside screaming at the clouds, bargaining with the sky, and ruining the morning by complaining about how unfair the atmosphere is. The let them version of you says, okay, let it rain. We're moving the picnic to the living room. When you try to control people, you are screaming at the rain. You are arguing with reality. And as the saying goes, when you argue with reality, you lose, but only 100% of the time. If your friend wants to get back together with her toxic ex for the 5th time, and you spend 3 hours lecturing her, you are just screaming at the rain. She's going to do it anyway. All you have done is annoy yourself and alienate her. You have to let her be messy. That is her journey. This brings us to lesson number 2, the gap between expectation and reality. Most of your unhappiness comes from this gap. You have a movie playing in your head of how your life should look. In this movie, your kids always say, please and thank you. Your boss notices your hard work without you having to brag. And your friends instinctively know when you need a hug. Then you walk out into the real world and it's a disaster movie. The kids are screaming, the boss is an idiot, and your friends are busy. You get angry because the actors in your life are not following the script you wrote for them. You're angry at your dad for not being emotionally open. But has he ever been emotionally open? No. He talks about sports and the weather. That is who he is. You are trying to buy milk at a hardware store. You're standing in the aisle screaming, why don't you have milk? And the clerk is looking at you like you're crazy because they sell hammers. Let them be a hardware store. If you want milk, go to a grocery store. If you want emotional support, go to a friend who is capable of giving it. Stop banging your head against the wall, expecting the wall to turn into a pillow. When you accept people exactly as they are, flaws, weird habits, bad choices and all, you instantly stop suffering. You say, oh, that's just Steve being Steve. Let him be Steve. Now let's talk about the spicy stuff. Lesson 3, relationships and dating. If you are single or in a "it's complicated" situation, listen up. The let them theory is the ultimate dating hack. We spend so much time analyzing texts. Why did he use a period instead of an exclamation point? Why has she watched my story but hasn't replied to my DM? We start doing mental gymnastics. Oh, maybe he's just intimidated by my success. Maybe she lost her phone in a river. Stop. Let them show you who they are. If someone is not calling you, let them not call you. If someone is pulling away, let them pull away. Imagine you're holding a rope, tug of war. You're pulling and pulling, trying to keep them close. It's exhausting. Your hands are bleeding. What happens if you just drop the rope? You don't fall down, you stand there free, and you get to see if they pick it up. Mel talks about this idea that we often force relationships that aren't working because we are terrified of being alone or being rejected. But when you let them, you get data, pure, unadulterated data. If you stop chasing and they disappear, congratulations, you just saved yourself 6 months of anxiety. The trash took itself out. You don't chase the trash truck down the street begging it to come back. Letting them go is the hardest part, but you cannot convince someone to love you, respect you, or value you. And if you have to convince them, it isn't real. It's a hostage situation. Let them go so you can make space for the people who actually want to be there. Lesson number 4 is a big clarification because I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, does this mean I just become a doormat? Do I just let people walk all over me? Absolutely not. This is the difference between letting them and letting it happen to you. Let them is about acknowledging that you cannot control their actions. Boundaries are about controlling your reaction and your environment. Let's use a specific example. You have a brother who always borrows money and never pays it back. The control freak approach is to loan him the money again, but give him a 2-hour lecture on fiscal responsibility, then nag him every week, then get bitter when he buys a new video game instead of paying you back. The let them approach is this. You accept that your brother is bad with money. That is a fact. You say, I am going to let him be bad with money, but I am not going to loan him money anymore. He asks for $500. You say no. He gets mad. You say, let him be mad. He throws a tantrum. Let him throw a tantrum. You are safe. Your wallet is safe. You are not trying to change him. You are just protecting yourself. See the difference? You are not being passive. You are actually being stronger. You are focusing on the only thing you can control, your own behavior. You are building a fence, not trying to train the neighbor's dog. Lesson number 5, jealousy and FOMO. We live in the age of the internet where we are constantly bombarded with everyone else's highlight reels. You see your college roommate on a yacht in Greece. You see your coworker getting promoted. You feel that pit in your stomach, the envy. Your brain starts spiraling. Why not me? They don't deserve that. I work harder. Mel Robbins suggests using the let them theory to neutralize this poison. Let them be successful. Let them have the yacht. Let them have the abs. Why? Because believing that their success takes away from yours is a scarcity mindset. It assumes there's only one pie in the world and they ate the last slice. But the world is a bakery. There are infinite pies. When you feel jealous, it is usually a signal. It is telling you what you want. Instead of wasting energy being bitter, use that energy to go get your own pie. If you are busy watching their plate, your food is getting cold. Also, realize that you don't know the full story. You see the yacht photo. You don't see the credit card debt, the arguing, and the seasickness. You're comparing your blooper reel to their trailer. Let them have their moment. You focus on your own movie. Lesson 6 is for the parents, the managers, and the fixers. It's about the rescue fantasy. We hate seeing people struggle, especially people we love. If your kid forgets their homework, your instinct is to rush to school and drop it off. If your partner is stressed, you want to fix the problem for them. You think you are being helpful, but Mel warns that you are actually robbing them of resilience. When you solve everyone's problems, you are teaching them that they are incompetent. You are teaching them that they need you to survive. If your kid forgets their homework, let them face the teacher. Let them get a 0. It won't kill them. It will teach them to pack their bag the night before. If your team member at work is messing up a project, let them fail, obviously within reason. Don't let the building burn down, but let them feel the weight of their own responsibilities. This is called natural consequences. It is how humans learn. If you constantly put pillows down everywhere they walk, they never learn to watch where they're going, and eventually they will walk off a cliff you didn't see coming. Stop being the emotional janitor. You do not need to clean up every mess. Sometimes people need to sit in their own mess to realize they don't like it. Lesson number 7, the need to be understood. Oh man, this is a huge energy drain. How much time do you spend explaining yourself, defending your choices? You decide to go vegan. Your uncle makes fun of you at Thanksgiving. You spend an hour citing climate change statistics and health benefits trying to get him to agree. You decide to quit your stable job to start a business. Your friends look at you like you have 3 heads. You create a PowerPoint presentation to prove you aren't crazy. Stop it. Let them be wrong about you. This is a superpower. Let them think you are crazy. Let them think you are making a mistake. Let them think you are rude. Unless they're paying your bills or sleeping in your bed, their opinion is irrelevant. It is background noise. It is just static on the radio. You don't yell at the radio. You change the channel. When you stop trying to convince people to validate you, you become dangerous. You become unstoppable because you are no longer waiting for permission to live your life. You just live it. Lesson number 8 involves the fear of the void. The reason we don't want to let them is because we are scared of what happens when we let go. We think that if we stop rowing the boat will sink. But Mel Robbins challenges you to test this. Stop rowing, just for a minute. If you stop initiating all the texts and the friendship dies, it was already dead. You were just carrying the corpse. If you stop reminding your partner to do everything and the house falls into chaos, you get to see the reality of your partnership. And yes, that is scary. But wouldn't you rather know the truth? You cannot build a solid life on a foundation of forced compliance. You need to know what is real. And the only way to see what is real is to take your hands off the wheel for a second. Usually, you will be surprised. When you step back, other people step up. Nature abhors a vacuum. If you are always filling the space, nobody else has room to enter. Give them room. Let them surprise you. And if they don't step up, well, now you have your answer. And you can make a decision based on reality, not based on potential. Lesson number 9. The physiological reset. This isn't just a mental trick. It is a physical one. When you are in control mode, your body is in fight or flight. Your cortisol is spiking, your heart rate is up, you are aging yourself. When you say let them, you are hacking your nervous system. You are engaging the parasympathetic nervous system. You are telling your body, there is no tiger, we are safe. Mel suggests visualizing yourself physically detaching. Imagine you are unhooking a heavy trailer from your truck. You drive away light, they stay there. This is crucial for your health. You cannot be stressed about everyone else's life and expect to be healthy in your own. You have a limited amount of energy every day. Let's say you have 100 units of energy. If you spend 20 units being mad at traffic, 30 units worrying about your sister's marriage, and 40 units trying to micromanage your boss, you have 10 units left for your life. No wonder you're tired. No wonder you have no hobbies. You are spiritually broke. Lesson 10. Finding the humor. This is my favorite part. Once you start practicing the let them theory, human behavior becomes hilarious. Instead of being annoyed,
You become an observer. You go to a family reunion. Aunt Linda is drinking too much and talking about her cats. Old you would be embarrassed and try to shush her. New you? You're sitting back with a soda thinking, wow, look at Linda go. That is a lot of cat information. It becomes a sitcom. You are watching the characters do their thing. You detach. It is not your circus, and those are not your monkeys. Even if they are literally your blood relatives in that moment, they are not your responsibility. So how do we wrap this up and actually apply it? Because theory is great, but life is messy. I want you to pick one low-stakes thing today to practice on. Do not start with your crumbling marriage. Start with something small. Maybe it's the barista who makes your coffee wrong. Let them. Drink the latte. It's fine. Maybe it's someone cutting you off in traffic. Let them. Let them speed to the red light. Maybe it's a weird comment on your Instagram post. Let them. Don't reply. Feel that resistance in your chest. The urge to fix, the urge to correct, the urge to clap back. Notice it. Then exhale. Say the words, let them. Feel the tension leave your shoulders. You are reclaiming your power. You are taking your energy back from the void and putting it back into your own account. Think about what you could do with all that freed up energy. You could write a book. You could get in the best shape of your life. You could actually enjoy your weekend instead of dreading Monday. The let them theory is not about not caring. It is about caring about the right things. It is about caring about your life, your peace, and your actions. So here's your assignment. For the next 24 hours, you are on a control strike. You are not allowed to fix anyone. You are not allowed to give unsolicited advice. You are not allowed to mentally scold strangers. You are just going to observe. You are going to drive your own bus. You are going to keep your eyes on the road. And if the passengers want to sing off key or look out the wrong window or complain about the route, you know what to do. Let them. Now go drink some water, put your phone down, and enjoy the silence of not giving a damn. You're welcome.